Hello. Today I want to talk about happiness whilst I assemble some Lego. I've been thinking about happiness a lot over the last few years, what it actually means, how it relates to my life, and what my expectations should be. Today I'm just going to talk about what I think happiness is and how it might apply to you. I spent a long time thinking happiness was something you obtained, and it would be something that happens to me one day. It would be obtained once a certain set of prerequisites were met, usually something around career goals or long-term ambitions, greater financial stability, owning material objects, all of that rat race kind of stuff. I think for me, this has been fed in part by loaded questions people ask, such as, are you happy? Or what makes you happy? Using the word happy when what people really mean is content. There's also the aspiration economy that's powered by social media, in which you're repeatedly encouraged to optimize your life with various workflows, life hacks, and organizational tools for which you have to have a specific gadget or a subscription to a certain app to make this possible. With a simple monthly payment, you can be happier. I'm not sure if you feel the same way about happiness, but over the past few years, I've established 3 key facts about happiness that I use to help me understand my relationship with it better. Firstly, happiness is just an emotion, one of many different types that you will experience. Happiness will come and go, and it isn't a permanent state, just like anger and fear or grief shouldn't be either. Secondly, happiness isn't something that should be reserved for one day. It should form a part of everyday life, with one caveat. Happiness doesn't need to be a big emotion. It can and should be felt in small ways, through small things. Small-scale happiness over time should lead to greater feelings of contentment over time. And finally, the things that make you happy, the things that bring you joy, are highly individualized. No other person, social media influencer, friend, family member, or whoever can decide for you what makes you happy. It requires exploration on your part. So in this discussion, I want to go a bit deeper into each of these 3 things and how they can shape a better understanding of what happiness is for you. So let's start with how happiness is just an emotion. For many years, people have attempted to categorize different emotions as a way of better understanding them. A good example of this is the circumplex model by James Russell and Lisa Feldman Barrett. In this model, different emotions are displayed in a circle with 2 axes turning the circle into quadrants. And how you feel at any moment can be categorized anywhere along these axes, and there are a huge number of variants. I, however, like to keep things a bit simpler in my head. For me, there are 3 categories of emotions: bad, okay, and good. Now, the aim for me isn't to be good, but be okay, which for me is the baseline. All I do with this system is ask myself a very simple question. Am I good, bad, or okay? I understand that I will move between these 3 categories many times within a single day. Based on whether I'm good, bad, or okay, I then respond to how I'm feeling. For me, this is what being present means. It means responding to how I'm feeling at any given moment. Let's start with bad. Bad emotions can be things like anger, sadness, or anxiety. Feeling bad is below my baseline of okay, so I need to work out how to respond to that. Sometimes I need to talk or think things through. This is a good thing, but I have to be careful I don't get trapped in a negative thought loop about something. Sometimes bad emotions like stress or anger can be amplified because I'm tired. So I'll respond to that by having a bath or listening to music, laying in bed and relaxing, playing a video game, or doing something to occupy my mind but give my body a sense of calm. Sometimes a bad emotion is down to me being anxious, and sometimes I just need to tackle a difficult task to reduce overwhelm, or I need to get my body moving by going for a walk. Bad emotions can be complex, and of course some things can't be solved very easily. But taking some action is important, even if it just makes you feel 1% better and takes you closer to the baseline. So if you're feeling bad, just ask yourself, what do I need right now? I'll take this opportunity to say that if you've been feeling persistently down for more than a few weeks, it might be worth getting professional support. Next, let's take a look at okay, which for me is the baseline. Being okay is the emotional category I occupy most of the time, and that is normal. Good and bad feelings come and go, but ultimately, I just want to be okay. Being okay isn't a bad thing, it's a perfectly normal and healthy thing. What being okay means is that I have mental and physical space to make some decisions. What am I curious about? What do I have the energy to do right now? What things do I want to do to maintain myself or my environment? What hobbies or interests do I want to engage in? Based on what I decide to do, my actions may move my emotions into the good zone, or they might just maintain my current state of being okay, and both of these outcomes are fine. Now let's talk about feeling good. This is where happiness comes in. If I'm feeling good, I'm probably feeling happy. If I'm in a good place, it's really important I don't try and analyse it. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy the moment. The feeling will move from good back to the okay zone at some point, and that's okay. Emotions fluctuate. They are temporary. Go with the flow and just enjoy yourself. When I think about the things that have made me happy recently, they aren't big, grand things, but rather small things. Having dinner with friends, spending time with family, sensory stuff like scented candles, baths, or walks in nature. Engaging in hobbies too, like taking photos or writing music. The key lesson from this part of the discussion I want to emphasise is that your emotions will change frequently throughout the day. This is normal, and it is good to live in the present and respond to how you're feeling. This leads me nicely onto one thing that I want to talk about, which is one day. The key to being happier is not to attach the idea of happiness to a long-term goal. This is a mistake I've consistently made in my life. Promising myself that one day I'll be happier because I'll have a specific job, or one day I'll be happier because I'll have this amount of money to buy things with, or one day I'll be happier because I've changed who I am physically and mentally. The promise of one day is a very easy trap to fall into, and it risks moving happiness from an emotion, which is what it is, to some kind of intangible goal which you can never quite get your hands on. Yes, having goals is important, but nothing's achieved without finding happiness and joy along the way. The final thing I want to look at today is how happiness is really individual. We live in a world where almost everything is an advert, playing on people's insecurities in order to try and obtain a better life. Social media posts don't provide a realistic benchmark for the human experience. As the wonderful YouTube channel ASMR Shortbread said on one of their videos, on social media, people put their best foot forward. People rarely show their own vulnerabilities online and often just put up a facade because that's what the algorithm encourages. So where do you get your benchmark from? The simple answer is you don't. No one really knows what makes you happy except you. This is something you have to explore yourself. Your interests and outlook on life is highly individual. What you need to do is make sure your emotions are in the okay zone and then start getting curious. What would you like to do or try? What does your physical and mental energy allow you to do? Happiness is achieved when you start by feeling okay and then start exploring. Work out who you are and what you like. There's a common saying, live each day like it's your last. I don't like this phrase as it creates too much pressure. If I had a mantra, it would be live each moment based on what you need and what you love.